Chapter 1. A week before the scheduled wedding, my fiancée, Chloe, made a significant investment in acquiring the rights to a novel. This novel was written by her former partner, Alex, and was said to be inspired by their past relationship. When questioned about this by the media, I responded, "Reconnecting with a past relationship is a unique situation. I wish them well." Later that evening, after the interview aired, Chloe contacted me. She expressed dissatisfaction with my comments and threatened to postpone the wedding unless I issued a clarification to the media. However, I had already decided that I no longer wished to proceed with the marriage. When Chloe invested in Alex's novel and hired a PR team to promote it, I read the book. It was a typical story about a teenage romance, similar to many others. The fact that it was based on Chloe and Alex's past seemed to be the main reason for her interest. With our wedding approaching, I attempted to contact Chloe, but her assistant answered my calls. She informed me that Chloe was in a meeting and suggested I call back later. The assistant's tone seemed dismissive. My manager, Sandra, expressed concern about the media attention. "The media is waiting outside. You'll have to give an interview." "What did Chloe say?" she asked. "I couldn't reach her," I replied. "Let's go. I'll say what I need to say." Sandra was surprised. "But is that a good idea?" "Why not?" "It's free publicity," I said. As I stepped outside, I was met by a crowd of reporters. They asked about Chloe's recent trip with Alex and how it would affect our upcoming wedding. They also asked if the novel was indeed about Chloe and Alex's relationship. "Yes, the speculation is correct," I confirmed. And as I said, reconnecting with a past relationship is a unique situation. I wish them well. Chapter 2. The interview I gave became a trending topic, with various reactions online. Some people criticized me, while others questioned Chloe's actions. Chloe contacted me, demanding I retract my statements to the media, or she would cancel the wedding. I informed her that I was no longer interested in marrying her. There were also people who defended Alex's behavior. The online discussions became quite heated, with some even revealing that Alex lived in the same neighborhood as Chloe and me. This revelation led to further negative comments about him. I realized that this explained some of Chloe's behavior, such as her late-night absences. I found the situation somewhat amusing, but otherwise, I felt indifferent. I had given Chloe an opportunity to address the situation earlier, but she hadn't taken it. Chloe, who was still abroad, eventually called me. It was the first time she had contacted me in 6 months. Chapter 3. Chloe immediately accused me of ruining Alex's reputation. She demanded that I release a statement saying Alex was a friend and that she had brought him to Santorini for wedding planning. I refused. Chloe became angry, insisting that I clean up the mess I had created. She reminded me of our wedding location, a hotel in the country, and implied that the media would discover her trip to Santorini. I recalled that she had once wanted a wedding in Santorini, but had changed her mind, claiming she was too busy. Chloe threatened to cancel the wedding if I didn't comply. I ended the call and continued packing my suitcase, realizing that I also no longer wanted to marry her. Chapter 4. Chloe and I had been together for 10 years. Our relationship had been stable until about a year prior. At that time, I discovered Alex was her former partner. Chloe had begun reading novels, stating she was looking for stories to adapt into films or television series. 6 months prior, Chloe had invested a significant amount of money in acquiring the rights to a novel. She then partnered with the website hosting the novel to promote the author. This promotion included signing events and various other forms of publicity. This struck me as unusual, and I decided to read the novel myself. After reading it, I found the story unremarkable and wondered why Chloe had invested so much money in it. I then had someone investigate the author, Alex. I learned that Chloe had ended her relationship with Alex shortly before we began dating. Alex was the author of the novel. I also discovered that Chloe had encouraged Alex to write novels, promising to promote his work. It seemed that Chloe was willing to invest in any novel Alex wrote, as long as it was about their past relationship. This made me question my own 10-year relationship with Chloe. I had been in the entertainment industry for many years and had never asked for her assistance. Yet, she was going to great lengths to promote another man. I expressed my anger to Chloe, expecting her to feel guilty. Instead, she accused me of being ungrateful and claimed that she was responsible for my success. She stated that her company controlled a significant portion of the industry and that I should be grateful for her support. Seeing her dismissive attitude, I realized I didn't truly know her. After our argument, Chloe became distant and even limited my access to industry resources. My contract with her company eventually expired, and she didn't offer a renewal. During this period, I reflected on our relationship and decided it was time to move on. Chapter 5. As I prepared to leave, Sandra, my manager, came to see me. We had worked together for many years, and she had supported me throughout my career. She could have started her own company, but remained loyal to me. I gave Sandra my savings, hoping to compensate her for her loyalty. However, she declined, stating that she had chosen her path and was planning to start her own agency. She considered my money an investment and hoped I would join her company in the future. I agreed and prepared to leave. Sandra then reminded me about my wedding ring. I told her to discard it, as it held no sentimental value for me. Sandra wished me safe travels and said she would wait for my return. As my plane landed in another country, I discarded my old SIM card, keeping only Sandra's contact information. I was ready for a fresh start. Chapter 6. I enrolled in a drama school in the US for further studies. During my 5 years with Chloe's company, my career had declined. Chloe had focused on promoting new talent, often casting me in roles that would benefit them. This led to me starring in poorly received productions. Some people even spread rumors that I had financial problems, which was why I was taking on these roles. When good opportunities arose, Chloe would give them to newcomers, claiming it would benefit the company. By the time my popularity had waned, she no longer supported me. She acted as if I owed her my success. During my period of being blacklisted, my name frequently appeared on lists of worst actors. I had to acknowledge that my passion for acting had diminished due to the poor quality of the projects Chloe assigned me. Being with her had negatively impacted my career and caused me to lose sight of my initial motivations for entering the industry. Leaving Chloe meant abandoning my past 10 years in the industry and starting anew. During this time, I met a fellow student, Jana. She was a promising director. Her father was a well-known director whose films had received numerous awards. I met Jana by chance. Her father's films were considered significant in film history and were often used as material for analysis in our courses. Chapter 7. Jana and I began talking after a disagreement over seating. Since I was older and a foreign student, I usually sat in the back of the classroom. However, she also preferred not to sit in the front row. After a few instances of her preferred seat being occupied by me, she had to sit next to me. Eventually, she began arriving earlier to secure her seat. This led to a playful competition between us. We became better acquainted through this interaction. I asked her why she didn't sit in the front row, considering her father's films were often discussed in class. She became quiet and eventually said that her father's achievements were something she felt she couldn't surpass. I later learned that Jana felt pressured to live up to her father's success. He had retired from directing at a relatively young age, leaving her to follow in his footsteps. However, she struggled to achieve the same level of success, which led to feelings of pressure and even symptoms of depression. I related to Jana's experience, as I had also experienced a decline in my career. I had once been a successful actor, but my career had suffered after signing with Chloe's company. I had also experienced mental health struggles during that time. Eventually, I decided to leave my past behind and start over. Chapter 8. Jana took a year off from school, and I explored various job opportunities. I worked in service and labor positions, which provided me with a different perspective on life. This experience helped me gain new insights into acting. Upon Jana's return, she was inspired to create a short film, and she asked me to be the lead actor. The film was successful at several festivals, establishing Jana as a director. The success of the short film motivated Jana to work on her first feature film, and she again asked me to play the lead role. It was a challenging character, and we worked on the film for 3 years. The film was critically acclaimed, and Jana became a well-known director. At the age of 30, she achieved similar success to her father, and the media praised her as a late-blooming genius. My name also resurfaced in the public eye. Chapter 9. Jana's film was invited to a domestic film festival, and I received an invitation as well. After 5 years away, I decided to return to my home country. Upon our arrival, we were met with significant media and fan attention. A reporter asked about my cancelled wedding and whether I planned to reconnect with Chloe. Hearing her name surprised me, as I had cut ties with that part of my life. I had assumed Chloe had married Alex. I stated that I had no further relationship with Chloe and wished her and Alex well. I then asked the reporters to focus on the film. Later, Jana commented on my past fame and asked if I still had feelings for Chloe. Chapter 10. I had previously discussed my past with Chloe with Jana. She had asked what I would do if Chloe wanted to reconcile. Now, she asked if there was a chance of us getting back together. I told her I found the situation annoying, as I had expected Chloe and Alex to be together. I suspected Chloe might cause trouble during my visit, and my instincts proved correct. The next day, I encountered her at Sandra's agency. Chloe had changed significantly in 5 years. She appeared older and had gained weight. When we saw each other, we were both surprised. Chloe reacted first, calling my name, but then quickly left. I found the encounter strange. When I arrived at Sandra's office, she appeared angry, which I suspected was related to Chloe. Chapter 11. Sandra then told me about Chloe's actions over the past 5 years. After I left, Chloe had searched for me and then sent a message through Sandra, threatening to replace me at the wedding if I didn't return. Sandra, knowing my decision, didn't pass on the message. I asked if Chloe had gone through with the wedding. Chapter 11. Sandra then detailed Chloe's actions over the past 5 years. Chloe had searched for me and then sent a message through Sandra, threatening to replace me at the wedding. Sandra, respecting my wishes, didn't relay the message. I asked if Chloe had gone through with the wedding. Sandra laughed and said the wedding hadn't happened. Chloe had claimed the trip with Alex was for wedding planning, but no one believed her. Chloe's company faced backlash, and her efforts to promote Alex were unsuccessful. The youth novel, initially with a limited audience, became a target for public scrutiny. Most people who read the novel agreed with my assessment: it was a mediocre romance. The public questioned its hype. The novel was even voted most overrated on several platforms. Alex's talent didn't match the expectations Chloe had set. Critics found the novel lacking, and some even noticed similarities to another web novel. Before Alex could address the relationship scandal, he faced plagiarism accusations. Plagiarism in online literature is often difficult to define. The original author filed a lawsuit, which dragged on for years. The novel itself lacked significant literary value, and Alex's fame was largely manufactured. The original author sought compensation, but Alex refused, believing the plagiarized work wasn't valuable and that Chloe's promotion was the reason for its attention. This led to a prolonged legal battle, which frequently trended on social media. The public demanded an apology from Chloe and Alex. However, Chloe ignored the backlash and announced plans to adapt the novel into a film, causing further public outrage. Chapter 12. Chloe proceeded with the film adaptation, despite the criticism. The film, hastily produced, lacked quality. Despite casting popular actors, the audience criticized it, calling it garbage. The film performed poorly at the box office, resulting in financial losses for Chloe. Chloe had a performance contract with investors, and the film's failure meant she couldn't meet her targets. Shares in her company were divided, and Chloe was removed as CEO. Sandra explained that Chloe had sought me out because my recent film's success had led her to claim I was still under her company's contract. When Sandra revealed I had signed with her agency, Chloe confronted her. Sandra warned me that Chloe might try to contact me again. As I left the company, Chloe was waiting for me. She wanted to talk. Chapter 13. We met at a tea house. Chloe apologized, claiming her relationship with Alex was a misunderstanding and that she never wanted to end our relationship. I remained silent. Chloe asked if there was a chance for us to reconcile. I observed her changed appearance and lack of confidence. Chloe explained that her lifestyle had affected her appearance. She also revealed that Alex had used her for fame and then resented her. I asked if she and Alex had been together after I left. Chapter 13. Chloe was taken aback. Then what do you want to hear? Obviously, I want to talk about the shares I still have in United Media. Chloe's expression changed. Did you really think I'd come here to rekindle our relationship? This is the only thing we have left to discuss. When I was at the peak of my career, Chloe signed me with a promise of 20% of United Media's shares. We had a supplementary agreement. I never received any dividends. Now it's time to get what's rightfully mine. Seeing her reaction, I told Chloe to prepare to compensate me for the unpaid dividends, or I would sue. Chapter 14. I learned that United Media was struggling financially. Shortly after leaving the tea house, I received a call from Sandra. Chloe's mother wanted to speak with me. I was curious to hear what she had to say. To my surprise, Chloe's mother suggested that Chloe and I get married, and that we forget about the shares. When I didn't respond, she became impatient. You're lucky she's not asking you for compensation for wasting her youth. You don't want a scandal about abandoning her, do you? I ended the call and asked Sandra to help me file a lawsuit against Chloe for the unpaid dividends, amounting to over 50 million yuan. This lawsuit brought our past issues back into the public eye. Chloe released a manipulated recording of our conversation, portraying herself as a heartbroken woman. However, the internet remembered her trip to Santorini with Alex, and photos of them staying in the same hotel suite surfaced. Chloe's plan backfired. Chapter 15. Chloe then posted our contract with United Media, claiming I had breached it by signing with another company. She threatened to sue me for damages equal to the unpaid dividends. Sandra responded with chat logs and recordings, proving that my contract had expired and that she had tried to negotiate a renewal with United's management, but was ignored. This put United Media's management in a negative light. An insider revealed that the delay in renewing my contract was due to an argument I had with Chloe over Alex. This revelation exposed Chloe's manipulative behavior. Chapter 16. After the court ruled against Chloe, she attempted to contact me, seeking to reconcile. However, I refused to meet with her. I believed her intentions were self-serving, as she likely saw my career resurgence as an opportunity. To pay the court-ordered sum, Chloe sold her house and some of her shares. Once the funds were transferred, I sold my remaining shares in United Media to the major shareholder. By the time Chloe became aware, she had lost her controlling stake in the company. United Media was subsequently renamed Fading Media and merged into the major shareholders' conglomerate. Chloe, who had spent a decade building her company, was now an employee. Alex's situation also deteriorated. His public outburst led to online harassment of his girlfriend, who ended their relationship. 5 years prior, Alex had jeopardized my wedding. Now, he had lost his own. I ceased following their situations. Jana, after a period in the country, decided to return to the US for further studies. On the day of her departure, she asked if I would work with her again. I agreed. Jana then made a personal request, which I did not immediately respond to. She left without looking back. I eventually gained her parents' approval, but that is a separate story.